Hello, everybody. I'm going to get the day right this week. It is Tuesday. That is right. It is Tuesday at 4 o'clock or just after, and we are here again with Remote Choir. It's really good to see some of you out there already. Really great to have you joining with us. So we'll give it, as we always do, we'll give it just a couple of minutes to get some of those numbers up, and then we will get cracking with what we're going to do today, which of course is picking up on what we started looking at last week, which was Wayfaring Stranger. It's the first time we've ever attempted this kind of 2-week project. So who knows? We'll wait and see what happens. It's lovely to see the chat going already. Hi to you guys who are contributing to that. Brilliant stuff. Who knows how far we'll get, how we will come along with our Wayfaring Stranger, but I would really love to end this half-term's Remote Choir with a proper bang performance towards the end of this week, okay? So hopefully by the end of today, we'll have enough people out there in our community, in our Remote Choir, knowing what it is that they need to do to put their remote recordings of Wayfaring Stranger together. And you can, as you did in the first few weeks, you can send them all in, and I will then be able to kind of piece it all together and hopefully give our community a great representation of what we've been doing over the last few weeks. And yeah, it would be brilliant to get that sound out there once more. It feels strange to have had a couple of weeks without a release, as it were. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get something going towards the end of this session so that you feel comfortable and confident enough to go off and do some recordings for me. Just while people are joining, I've put together, I've enhanced the resources that were put on Firefly last week so that hopefully there are good, clear instructions on what we would need for you to do to get those recordings done. There are kind of 3 recording packs, as it were, okay, which I'll talk a little bit more about later so people can see what it is they would need to do to get their recordings done and sent in so we can get a really great built-up, layered version of Wayfaring Stranger. Okay, good. We're a couple minutes after 4, so let's get cracking. Get yourselves really nice and sort of shaken out. Get everything, all of that shaky out stuff. Get your body feeling like it wants to start working again at the end of a long, hard day. I've certainly spent most of my day slouched over screens and spreadsheets and everything else, and it would be lovely to make sure that we feel a little bit more active out there. So get yourself in a nice strong position so your feet nice and touch through the floor, and let's just have a big deep breath in and just breathe out. Okay, and again, breathing in and out. Let all of that dead air out from the rest of the day. Give your shoulders a bit of a roll while you're doing it, backwards and forwards, up and down. Make sure your body begins to feel a little bit more like jelly and a little bit less like concrete at the end of a long day. Right down to your fingers and get those shoulders rolling again. Okay, good. From that nice strong position then, big deep breath in. And again, breathe out. Just as far as you can. Let all of that dead air out. And again, breathing in. And out we go. Really nice. Okay, good. So we know what we're in for with Wayfaring Stranger. So we're going to need a few kind of more extended breaths. So let's take some big deep breaths in, counting to 4, and then we're going to breathe out to 8 counts. So it's a nice controlled breath, looking after that breath right through to the very end of the 8th count. Here we go. Nice strong posture, making sure that all our breath is coming from the right place, shoulders nice and relaxed, chest nice and relaxed, and breathing in for 4. And 1, 2, 3. We're going to go out to shush for 8. Shh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stop. Very good. We're going to take a moment there to congratulate Hannah on her quick accession to the group today. Very well done, Hannah. Very impressed with the way that you are embracing all of this technology at the moment. It's going really well. Lovely to see you out there. Excellent. Good. Same again. We'll have a big deep breath in for 4 and out for 8 again. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Out you go. And shh. 2, 3, 4, work it out to 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stop. Very nice. Okay, good. So hopefully those muscles are starting to work a little bit more for you. Now we're just going to really kind of reinvigorate that, and we're going to have a properly good a good strong kick at the beginning of it. So we'll breathe out for 8, but the first 2 counts, the 1 and the 2, will be a nice strong kick, and then the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will be a long extended breath. Okay, same again. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, the first 2, kick, and shit, and then long. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stop. Really nice. Same thing again. Get really nice and in control of that. Don't just think about the kick coming from this tiny little area around the middle of your stomach here. Let's really think about these muscles down this side and these muscles down this side as well. In fact, that feels really good when you've been slouched over a chair. So just give yourself a bit of a rub all the way around the back muscles, around your sides. Give yourself a nice little rub down here. Get those intercostal muscles nice and loose, and the same on the other side as well. And a proper body shake out. Oh, good. Okay, same again then. In for 4 and out for 8 with 2 kicks on the first 2. Breathing in. 4, 1, 2, 3. Out we go. And long. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And stop. Really, really good. Excellent. Excellent. I say really good. I'm presuming really good. I'm sure it will be. I know that you guys are very well trained in this. Excellent. Let's extend that breath this time, because some of the really long phrases that we're going to have a look at a little bit later on in the second half of this song are going to require some really good control. Okay, particularly if it's going to take us into some parts of our voice that we're not always used to using, right up here or right down here. So we want to make sure the breath is there supporting us. Same again there. In for 4 and out for this time 12, but we're still going to put those kicks on the first 2 beats. Here we go. Breathing in. 4, 1, 2, 3, and off. And and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the end of 12, 11, 12. And very nice. Excellent. Good. Okay, same thing. One more time there. In for 4 and out for 12 with those kicks. Make sure you're really in control. And hopefully all this kind of recirculation of new air is going to start making us feel just a little bit more alive at the end of the day. He says, coughing his guts up. But hopefully it will make us feel a little bit more alive, a little bit fresher than perhaps where we've been kind of hunched over our screens or in some dead air spaces through the day. So 4 and 12, last time. In for 1, 2, 3, last time, and kick, kick, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. Control it. 8, 9, 10. Right to the end of 12 and lift. Very, very nice. Good job. Shake it out. Make sure you're not packing any tension during those breath exercises. Good. Shoulders up, shoulders down. And again, shoulders up, shoulders down. And again, shoulders up, shoulders down. And give them a bit of a roll. Really let that chest and those back muscles really start to feel nice and loose, like we're ready to do some singing. Okay, good. So let's just go with a few noises. In fact, let's get our faces going before we even start pushing a noise through our face. So give yourself a bit of a rub all the way around your cheeks, so the cheeks are nice and loose, and the back where your 2 parts of your jaw meet. Open up if you're feeling brave. Give that a nice little rub then up behind your ears and up to your forehead, and that lovely little relaxing rain shower that we explored last week, just where you sort of let the fingertips just patter over your face as if you're standing out in the cold rain. Okay. Nice, good. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more relaxed for that now. So here we go with just a few noises. We'll start with one which we've been doing already, which is a shush, and it's going to go like this. Shh, shh, shh. You'll go. Shh, shh, shh. Then this one. Go. And then go. And then you go. Ba, 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 go. Good. Really copy the face shape if you can. So we start to stretch out our face as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And before we get our tongue on, the ones which really involve our tongue, we're going to get our tongue moving inside our mouth. So moving around your teeth, around the inside of your mouth. 4 times that way, 4 times that way. 2, 2, 1, 1. And then just let it all hang out. So round we go. This way first, in your tongue, in your mouth, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back for 2. 1, 2, and back 2, 2, and back for 1, 1, and 1. All hang out. Good. Hopefully you feel really nice and loose in terms of what's going on in your face. Ready so that we can have a la, 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 go. La, 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 and then d, 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 go. D, 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 and then s, 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 go. S, s, and then go. And go. And go. Good. As we start to explore some vowels rather than some consonants, make sure that that is really supported from some air. Okay, so you're breathing when I'm demonstrating. and then you're back with me for the time when you copy it back, making sure that that air is getting used. So we're not just or-ing from this part here, but that or has got a lot of support underneath it. So it really feels like a or. You go. Or, and off you go. Start to explore the pitch now. Go. And then yo, go. Yo, and then yeah, go. Yeah. Very nice. Good. So we started to explore just a few noises around our pitch range, and we're kind of come in with our sounding ear up and down. Pick a really nice soft, so your lips are really relaxed, almost with the air coming out just begins to open them out slightly. Just a lovely little vibration, and a sound is what we're going to make somewhere in the middle of your range. And we just start to explore that just a little bit. No, not exploring the extremes of our range just yet, just starting to get some noises moving around the middle of our register. So here we go with an and. Now follow my hand. As my hand goes up, you go up with. Down we come, don't go too far. Just a smallish circle. Very nice. Start to explore a little bit of the lower register now and a little bit more of the upper register. Obviously nowhere near the extremes. Breathe when you need to. Up we come. Up, and over and down. Very nice. And up we come one more time. Start to push the top just a little bit more now. So we're really going over the top and down we come. I will join you and we'll have a couple more of those right from the bottom. Really nice. I've certainly locked knees. I'm sure you guys probably have too, or some of you will have done so. Make sure you're feeling really nice and relaxed and loose. And we're going to return to one that we did last week, which was these sort of circles that go around, but without making sure that we're not sounding like a motorbike or a car revving up. So the top of the circle is no louder than the bottom of the circle, and the bottom of the circle is no quieter than anywhere else. Okay, so we're going to start in the middle on that small circle, much smaller than the big ones we were just doing, working down to the bottom of our range. Here we go, and down we go. Breathe when you need. Now start to work back up. Still working in circles, keeping a nice level, but somewhere in the middle of your range now. Very good. And up we come, and up we come, and up we come, and up we come. And one more, and then we'll send this one over we go, and down right all the way to the bottom. And back we come in small circles again. Up we come, remembering to keep all the levels, bottom, middle, and top of each circle in terms of its pitch register, getting exactly the same level of treatment. Okay, so the bottom doesn't feel like it's left behind. Okay, and we're approaching the top of our registers now, still working in circles until we have one final big one, and we send it over the top. That's it. The way down to the bottom. Excellent, good. So we've done our voices, we've done our bodies, we've done our stretching, we've done our breathing, we've done our consonants and our vowels, we've done our mouth shapes, we've done our tongue. So we should feel a little bit more like we are ready to sing, which is great because we are going to now tackle the rest of the parts of Wayfaring Stranger. Now, we will just have a bit of a sing through, just to get our voices moving and singing again. We're going to have a sing through the first verse, which we learned last week, which sounded like this. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone, and there's no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land to where I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Now, hopefully, we're not going to test my tuning. Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad. I'll take that for this week. It was tragic last week. So that was our first verse of Wayfaring Stranger. Let's have a bit of a sing of that one more time. We'll do it all together. Hopefully you can remember some of the lyrics, or you've had a bit of a chance to look at them in between. But if not, I'll give you a bit of a prompt as we go along. So we're going to start with I'm just a poor, after 1 and 2 and go. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone, and there's no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land to where I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Okay, good. So that's our first kind of main theme, as it were. And we started off then building up these 2 riffs that we had last week, okay? All working off this sound. The first set of riffs, all working off this sound of an O. And it went, oh, oh. This was our lowest one. Oh, join in with that, and oh, and here, oh. Now the next one up in our pitch range, maybe an alto. Oh, oh. Let's revisit that. Off you go. Oh, and go. Oh, good. A few little cheeky slides in here is also going to be really stylistic. So if you feel like the voice just wants to bend just at the moment of pitch change, absolutely spot on as well. Obviously, don't over glorify that too much. I'm not up for an enormous fat pitch bend. Oh, would make us sound a little bit more like we had a few too many glasses of something, rather than feeling like we were trying to be stylistic with our singing here. Okay, and then our final part on the top went, oh, oh, off we go, join in. Oh, this was the big slide. Oh, nice, okay, so put all those together and we get this. Okay, so pick whichever one within that register you want to have a part. Either that one, and let's put your part in the bass one. Is there? Or oh, and 1, 2, 3, and go. Oh, 2 and 3. Oh, do it again. Swap the part this time. Oh, 2 and 3. Oh, really nice. Okay, excellent, good. So, whichever one you were choosing to go with there, that's fantastic. As always with any of these sessions, if you want to put a different voice part in, you know, one that you're not used to singing, either that's at pitch maybe, if you're really going to be brave about it, or just singing a different part of the texture but at an octave which suits you, absolutely fine, go for it. You know, that's exactly the kind of skills thing that we can look to develop in this weird sort of remote sessions that we're doing. Okay, our second riff then, to sit underneath that, I just had the word hey. And it went like this. If you were the bottom part, we're jumping up now from there up to here, we have hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Join in. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Go again. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Very nice. Okay, we can take it up one more into our middle part, nominally our alto part. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 join in and hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Good, excellent. Excellent. Some of you, I'm sure, will have remembered the final one over the top, or you'll have done some homework looking at it over the course of the week. And it sounds like this. Hey, 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 yeah. Obviously, one time only for this week. Hey, 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 yeah. I say one time only. It's blatantly not going to be one time, is it? He's blatantly going to go back up into that register again, either unintentionally or for a giggle. But either which way, we're looking at this register. Okay, so hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Join in. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Last time. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Excellent. Good. So hopefully we can see how those three are going to piece together, which is like this. Oops. Okay, so join in with our riff, whichever part you want. The top place, the bloke's part is there, then the altos, then the top part, which would be normally the sopranos. What am I doing talking like this? Never mind, pick whichever note you want. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, go. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Go right again. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Okay, excellent, super. So that is then our all of our riffs and our main song. So in the first sort of 10 minutes this week, we've recapped all of that now. So there's a couple more parts to add into this. One of them is a vocal percussion part, okay, which we'll have a look at last. The other one now is going to look at the second half of the lyrics, okay? Now this is going to take us on a much greater register pitch range within our voice. So if you need to change the octaves, change the octaves. Top voices, sopranos especially, it's going to take you up to a G. So then any of the boys out there who feel like they're going to master the tenor G, then it's brilliant. It's still it can be very falsetto. Okay, it doesn't need to be. We're not looking to kind of outsing the superstars of Milan Opera here or anything like that. But going on, so we finished by going, I'm only going over home. Has been our first one. Okay, has been our first verse. Second verse, the lyrics are, and I know dark clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep. And it sounds like this. And I know dark clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep. Okay, so have a listen to that one more time. And I know dark clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep. Okay, try that for me. And I know after 1 and 2 and what are we after? After 2 even. 1, 2, go. And I know the clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep. That's the idea. And I know the way will be rough and steep. We'll go one more time. And I know 1 and 2, go. And I know the clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep. Now the little rests, the gaps in the middle of those phrases are really important. They punctuate our rhythms. Okay, so don't catch yourself merging all of that into one. And I know dark clouds will gather me. Otherwise that loses that kind of rhythmic punch that it's got, which is really quite exciting when you hear it come together with the rest of the layers. Okay, so the gaps are important. And I know dark clouds, wait, will wait, gather me, wait, and I know that, and then the smooth line there. Okay, so let's try it. And I know, 1 and 2, go. And I know dark clouds and will gather me, wait, and I know the way will be rough and steep. Very nice. Okay, the final little phrase here of the verse that we're learning now, words are, but golden fields lie out before me, where all where all the saints their vigils keep. Okay, so but golden fields lie out before me, where all the saints their vigils keep. It sounds like this. But golden fields lie out before me, where all the saints their vigils keep. So the second line of that is very similar to, and I know the way will be rough and steep. very similar, okay? It's the one in the middle, the third line of this kind of 4-line verse, but Golden Fields, where we've got this golden, a little bit of chromaticism, which is going to give us a real sense of dissonance and kind of really interesting harmony when we put everything together. But golden fields, and that's another one where you can put a lovely cheeky slide in. Okay, so let's try. But golden, or 1 and 2, go. But golden fields lie out before me, where all the saints their vigils keep. Okay, excellent, really nice. So that whole 4-line verse then sounds like this. And I know dark clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep, but golden fields lie out before me, where all the saints their vigils keep. Excellent. Let's put all of that together from. And I know dark clouds. Let's have real power behind this. And I know, 1 and 2, go. And I know dark clouds will gather me, and I know the way will be rough and steep, but golden fields lie out before me, where all the saints their vigils keep. Really nice. Okay, and we finish then with what is effectively the refrain. Okay, the chorus, if you like. But the one word different this time. Instead of father, it's mother. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Okay, so I'm going home. I'm going there to see my mother this time. So the second chorus is mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Let's sing it. I'm going there. 1 and 2, go. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. Major for a second. I'm only going over home. Okay, great. So there are our 4, if you like, our 4 stanzas of text. The first one, I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. The second one, I'm going there to see my father. The third one, and I know dark clouds will gather me. And then the fourth one, I'm going there to see my mother. Okay, so there are 4, if you like, stanzas of song that sits over the top of our riff. Okay, so just before we get onto our vocal percussion, we're going to sing all of that all the way through from I'm just a poor, going into our first refrain, which is I'm going there to see my father, going into our middle verse or our third stanza, and I know dark clouds will gather me, and then our fourth one finally, which is that I'm going there to see my mother. Okay, and I'll put some of the riff underneath. A bit of added jazz because, you know, why not? Okay, so let's put a couple of riffs at the beginning and serve a bit of an introduction. Okay, we're going to go with I'm just a poor, 1, 2, and 3. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone, and there's no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land to where I go, and I'm going there to see my father. Good. I'm going there, no more road. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over. Okay, and then it's imagine we put our yeah riffs in there. And I know dark clouds, go. And I know dark clouds will gather on me. And I know the way will be rough and steep. But golden fields are before me. They're all the same, same visual scheme. I'm going Okay, good. We probably won't finish it with that, to be honest, although it feels good to do that one more time. We haven't done that in a while. I really hope there was some good bads coming out there. And if so, it really just proves that does stay with you for years and years. Okay, excellent. So the final layer then that we need to put into this is a little bit of vocal percussion. Okay, and we're going to put 2 layers of that. Very, very easy. One of them, just one noise, repeatedly like a metronome, and it's like a sound of a closed hi-hat. Okay, so it's your tongue just in between your teeth, and it's as if you're hitting that closed hi-hat, and it just goes. Okay, you guys try it. Try and keep as much space as you can inside your mouth so it doesn't sound like, which is a bit closed off. And equally, keep your tongue really nice and tense, okay, so we don't get anything too wet, like, because that, of course, sounds like an open hi-hat where we've released the pedal. Okay, so a really nice tight T. Try one more time. Good, that will do. Okay, so when you come to recording, if you can put a couple of little bars of a vocal percussion line in as well, that would be great. Now, for the more adventurous vocal percussionists amongst you, or beatboxers, if you will, we're going to look at a pattern which includes, very similar, if you watched the Ed Sheeran looped version that I put on Firefly last week, you'll kind of hear some of this, or at least a similar beat that he puts in. If you haven't, do watch it. Okay, it's absolutely brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant performance that he gives of this whole thing looped using loop pedals and a loop machine where he puts basically all of these layers together all by himself, which is absolutely awesome. Okay, this second one then involves basically a bass drum, which is effectively the sound of making a B, but without the O that comes at the end of it, without the E, sorry, and it just goes. Okay, so there's no vowel that follows it, it's just the sound itself, almost like you're kind of throwing that sound out. You try it for me, go. Okay, so you're looking for really quite tense lips, and that bass drum is going to just keep hammering through as if we were kicking it with our kick pedals going. Try and make sure that it's not a P, okay, because otherwise that sounds like, and it sounds like you're spitting down the microphone, and it also means that you put a lot of, almost a bit too much energy into the beginning of the sound, so it's much better to be a with a B, and that just gets your lips in the right place. And the other one is a K. Now, there's so many different ways that we can make that backbeat sound, which is a snare drum sound, okay? If you imagine a traditional backbeat, which is going kick and snare and kick and snare and kick and snare, then that snare drum can be a really tight sound. You can make it in so many different ways with vocal percussion. Today, we're going to choose to make it a K kind of sound, okay? So it's going to go. The key to making sure that this sounds a bit, to be honest, quite realistic, is making a real distinction between all the sounds that you make, okay? So if you're making a t, it's going to be really distinct from a k, and it's going to be really distinct from a p. It's very easy to kind of go, and they all just sound like you're kind of swallowing the same sound, okay? Whereas in this instance, we want to try and make them as broadly different as we can. So you'll imagine being very focused, like you're throwing it that way, and then the k of the snare drum is really pulled your face apart. So that's the idea. Okay, so that's another one for you to practice, and if anyone's feeling adventurous, send that in as well. It's amazing what we can do with recording software in order to transform what is a vocal percussion sound into something that basically sounds exactly like a drum kit, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we just want to give that a go and see if we can put that into our final piece as well. So that's it, guys. What we're going to look to do then is to build our performance now with all of these different layers, okay? These different, we're not going to do it now, but as far as our recording goes. On Firefly, I would recommend the page to all of you guys in Quiet and send the email out as well. What all of the different layers have within them, sorry, all the different recording instructions, I should say, is what layers you need, or it would be great, you don't need to, of course you don't, but it would be great if you would send in and record. What ideally we're all going to do is both the riffs in whichever voice part suits you the best, so the top, the middle, or the bottom. Okay, so that's a whoa, whoa, and the yeah, 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 yeah. Those two riffs, okay? We're also then, I'd love you all to sing the tune all the way through from beginning to end. Don't worry about what happens in the middle if your voice changes octave or anything like that. That's absolutely fine, okay? And we'll just kind of work out, based on what I get in, we'll work out the best way to deliver some of these vocal lines, whether that's some solo work or whether that's some groups, sort of small groups, or whether that's just everybody singing everything. We'll see, based on what comes in. So the song all the way through would be great, both of the riffs, and then if you're feeling really brave, it would be fantastic to have a vocal percussion line as well. Now, all the resources are on Firefly, okay, so check out that remote choir page. I've gone for a crotchet speed, a beats per minute speed of 80 beats per minute here, okay? There's a click on there so that you can sing along to that. And there is also a backing track for you to sing along to. Okay, so you can sing along to the tune, making sure that you're staying both in time and in tune. If you're going to use those things to record, which would be great if you would do, then please make sure, if you possibly can, have headphones in while you're recording so we don't get any sound bleed from the guide tracks, from either the click track or from the piano backing track that you might use to sing along with the tune. Okay? And if you can get those done, that would be absolutely brilliant. Hopefully, much like anything else, it shouldn't feel like it's too much of a task. Hopefully, it shouldn't feel like it's going to take you forever to do. Just singing through the song once, recording the riffs a couple of times, and maybe a bit of vocal percussion as well, and then get those files sent in. Okay, email those files across so that we really get an opportunity to build this up. And again, time is really of the essence. So if you can do that in the next day or so, that would be really, really great. So that then we can start piecing this up and hopefully get it released by the end of this week for half term. Okay. Brilliant. Guys, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your work. I'm sure you've been singing really, really well at home as well. And thank you, just to be honest, to kind of finish off this half term as well. Thanks for tuning in for all of these 5 weeks, if you've been with us for that time, or indeed if you've just joined us for the last 2 or 3. It's been really great to have you joining us, and we will definitely be back with some after half term as well, so that we can keep this whole singing going, and maybe to try and build an even bigger virtual performance of something that is maybe slightly more adventurous than just the risk work we've been doing so far. Although I hope you'll agree that it's amazing what it is that we're able to build, how big a piece we're able to build simply by sending in 2 or 3 bars of riff work. And hopefully this week will be no different at all. So guys, I look forward to receiving what you've got. Thanks again for being with us. And if I don't speak to you in lessons or online or anything over the course of these next few days, have a lovely, lovely half term, and enjoy the fresh air and the good weather that we are due to get. And I will catch up with you all very soon. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.